Who is this man that dares to brazenly terrorize the entire machinery of the national government? What drives him to carry out such madness? The film begins with an unconscious man floating on the river, fortunate to be discovered by villagers who bring him to their community. This stranger, severely wounded, receives care from a local healer who tends to his injuries and wraps him in bandages. The village leader pleads with the divine for salvation amidst the carnage. Surprisingly, the cries for help seem to reach the mysterious man, not a deity but the very man wrapped in bandages. He appears like a god, systematically defeating the soldiers, even withstanding a fiery assault to unveil the face of the leader. Exploiting the opening, he swiftly advances, thwarting an attempted covert attack and decisively ending. In the face of the man's valor and commanding presence, the villagers start to revere him as their savior. As for the man himself, his first words are, "Who am I?" 30 years later, in the city of Mumbai, India, the same bandaged man emerges at a train station, smiling mysteriously. While crossing the tunnel tracks, he defies the astonished train conductor amidst the chaos of passengers. A group of women in yellow attire, armed with guns, declares themselves as train robbers, revealing that the entire incident was orchestrated by the female pirates. They hack into the train's control system, herding passengers together, even the train conductor. Suddenly, a passenger courageously seizes a gun, taking control, revealing himself as an undercover cop. As the remaining female pirates are unsure, without uttering a word, the bandaged man swiftly intervenes. The police officer collapses, revealing that underneath the bandages is an expert fighter. This leader of the female pirates, named Vindicated, declares himself and callously shoots an innocent passenger, shocking everyone on the train. News of the train robbery quickly spreads nationwide, and anti-terrorism forces swiftly arrive at the train control. Special Agent Nalmeda is assigned to negotiate with the terrorists, but Vindicated insists on speaking not with her but with the Minister of Agriculture, the head of the female pirates. Nalmeda is given 5 minutes to bring the minister for negotiations. The counterterrorism unit rushes to contact the minister, who promptly arrives for the talks. In a fit of anger, Vindicated accuses the minister of overseeing the deaths of over 10,000, or precisely one. The burden of loans hangs like a noose around the necks of struggling farmers, while entrepreneurs like Vic Cree enjoy all the privileges. Exploiting passengers as hostages, they demand a staggering $500 million. When the minister refuses, Vic Cree implicates a wealthy arms dealer named Callie, who is set to replace the minister and prepare the funds. Callie, a ruthless and cunning businessman, is revealed. This isn't a coincidence but part of Vic Cram's elaborate plan. Callie has no choice but to transfer the demanded amount as the main character questions the motives of the female pirates. Vic Cram discloses that the $500 million heist is a ploy to repay the minister's favored loan, used to alleviate the debts of over 700,000 struggling farmers across the country. Vic instructs the female pirate hacker to transfer funds to the bank accounts of farmers before the police freeze them. This act directly aids the farmers on the brink of financial ruin. Afterward, Vic contacts the female passenger he shot, revealing her as a perfect actress and a member of the female pirates. The passengers, instead of fearing, admire and applaud Vic and the female pirates. At the next train station, Nalmeda commands counterterrorism forces to surround the entire station. However, before the train arrives, the female pirates release smoke bombs, and all passengers exit wearing bandanas. The police are unable to distinguish terrorists from civilians, and the media starts hailing the Indian version of Robin Hood named Vikram. As the main character removes his mask, it turns out he is not a villain but a young man. 6 female pirates change into prisoner uniforms and return to the women's prison with the help of their leader, Vikram. They reveal themselves as prisoners of the TPH women's prison, with Vikram being the prison warden. The main character, Azad, is introduced as a young man who, after removing his disguise, faces a series of humorous and unexpected situations. In a surprising twist, Azad's life takes an unexpected turn when he meets Nalmeda, the leader of the counterterrorism unit, who happens to be the mother of the girl Azad pretended to be the father for during a school meeting. Amidst comedic and touching moments, Azad and Nameda discover each other's true identities and form an unexpected bond. Touched by his daughter's sincere feelings, Azad becomes the person Nameda was seeking in her quest for a life partner and a caring father for her daughter. The two finally come together in a destined union. As Azad decides to reappear as Vic, he aims to confront the Minister of Health, who is campaigning for re-election with false claims of upgrading public hospitals. This corrupt official has the audacity to claim that if he were shot right now, it wouldn't be a private hospital but the public hospital here that could easily save him. To challenge his bravado, Azad's female pirate swiftly takes aim at his left chest, firing a shot. Immediately, 2 ambulances arrive, one for each scenario. One is escorted by a police convoy to a hospital, contrasting entirely with the official's problem. It turns out Azad has kidnapped the Minister of Health in one of the ambulances, taking him to the exact place where he boasted about the dismal conditions of a public hospital with only one doctor in charge. Some female pirates strategically place explosives around the walls, creating a live online broadcast to expose the reality of this public hospital. The doctor explains the urgent need for surgery for the minister, but with outdated equipment and a shortage of Nameda's forces, along with medical support, are immediately dispatched. Once again, she negotiates with Azad, not for money but for the truth. Azad demands that the minister's personnel confess and take responsibility for all 27 deaths at this public hospital 30 years ago. He provides Nameda with a list of 234 public hospitals and sets a timer, in a process that should have taken decades. Thanks to Azad, impoverished citizens only wait for a year to enjoy proper healthcare. Vikram's name has now become a true hero in the hearts of all Indians. Azad leads the medical relief team to perform surgery on the minister lying outside. He requests Nameda to send a helicopter. However, when the helicopter lands at the hospital that night, they immediately detonate preset bombs in the vehicles and launch a coordinated counterattack. Nameda, determined to capture the female agent alive, engages in a one-woman fight against 2 female pirates simultaneously, effortlessly disarming and subduing them in less than 5 minutes. Just then, Azad, with a cool half-mast, detonates a series of explosives, breaking down walls and confronting Nameda. The two rush, she uses kicks and punches, and he skillfully counters each move. When she runs out of tricks, he avoids a direct confrontation and deploys goo to engage her, forcing him to fend off a relentless assault. Just when it seems he has the upper hand, Azad blocks her attack, disarms her, and kicks her knife away. Another female pirate showcases an incredible acrobatic move, stunning a cop on the helicopter. He quickly boards the helicopter with the minister in tow. Azad, agile as ever, jumps onto the roof of a car to leap over to the helicopter. Nameda, a step behind, manages to snatch off Azad's half-mask. However, she falls down and misses seeing his true face. Some strands of Azad's hair are left on the mask, but the mix of real and fake hair leaves the police only able to determine the suspect's age range, somewhere between. As the minister is also his brother-in-law, with aspirations to venture into politics, Callie entrusts everything to his younger brother to manage. Callie takes a trip to Russia to seek sponsorship from international mafia organizations. The following day is the fateful wedding of Nameda and Azad, a union she is unaware of. However, right after the wedding, colleagues send Nameda forensic sketches of the suspect. The final, enraged and betrayed, Nameda points the gun at Azad, questioning why he deceived her, and shoots him in the left shoulder. At that moment, a group of armed men surrounds the house, capturing both of them and beginning the torture. These men are Callie's younger brother's associates, as Callie, having bribed the police, is well aware of the imposter Vikram. In fact, he even suspects Nameda of being an accomplice to Azad in the 2 previous incidents. As he prepares to finish her off, a sudden flying hammer hits his hand, followed by another hammer hitting the face of one of his henchmen. It turns out to be a courageous man wielding a hammer and a circular saw, systematically taking down every member of the gang. He skillfully uses the hammer to incapacitate them, and the circular saw proves effective against those who try to approach him. He even nonchalantly lights a cigarette, using a unique technique to kill one of them, and he tosses one guy away, kicks another, and uses a leg to trap the neck of the last remaining thug, sending him crashing to the ground. Employing the hammer with disdain, he swiftly dispatches each member of the gang. The younger brother of Callie, thinking he's in for an easy fight, is also caught by the man. He's grabbed, thrown to the ground, and, using a bored expression, the man pulls out a steel belt and whips it around, unleashing a frenzy of strikes, leaving the gang after escaping the clutches of the Grim Reaper's scythe. Namida's anger reaches its peak. To track down Azad's whereabouts, she mobilizes the police force to the women's prison where he worked as the prison warden. She initiates an investigation starting with the 6 female pirates who were accomplices of Azad, pretending to be a female prisoner charged with being an accomplice to Azad and the kidnapping of the Minister of Health. In the prison, she learns the life story of Vikram Raider. The Tingia rifles malfunctioned during the firefight, causing many of his comrades to perish. The weapons were supplied by none other than Callie, who found an excuse to blame the malfunction on the soldiers. A military investigation was conducted based on Vikram's complaint, leading to Callie having his weapon supply contract terminated. This enraged the arms dealer to the point where he devised a sinister plot to sabotage. He forced Vikram to take him out of the Indian border and shot him 5 times before kicking him off. As Vikram fell, he fortunately landed in a river, hitting his head on a rock at the bottom, causing amnesia. The subsequent events resemble the opening scene of a movie, as he was rescued by villagers near the river. Unfortunately, his wife fell victim to 3 corrupt police officers, who, in Callie's dirty money, coerced her into. This led to a death penalty for his wife, but due to her pregnancy, Indian law allows raising a child in prison until the age of 5 before executing the sentence. Consequently, Azad, the son of Vikram, was born and grew up in prison. Vikram himself continued to bear the false charge of treason. Due to these circumstances, Azad vowed that when he grew up, he would restore the honor of his father, the patriotic Vikram Raider. This is precisely. In another location, Azad finally regains consciousness and is briefed by his former comrades about the incident. His father was saved by the villagers but still suffered from memory loss. This, however, robbed the reunion of its emotional depth. Meanwhile, Callie's doppelganger has returned and, upon witnessing the tragic fate of his younger brother, deeply resents Azad. Unexpectedly, the corrupt cop worked. Furious, he slaps Nameda and promptly calls Callie, informing him to force them to reveal Azad's current hiding place and eliminate Nameda for revenge against his younger brother. The corrupted cop then coerces Nameda's daughter into a hostage situation, bringing her to Callie's hideout. Callie turns his attention inward, preparing to finish off Nameda. However, inside the secret room of the prison, Azad has been monitoring everything. Father and son quickly divide and conquer. Vikram blocks the path to intercept the rescue of Nameda's daughter, while Azad cuts the power and charges in alone to save his wife. Each swing of a stick means one thug is incapacitated, and finally, a corrupt cop is revealed from Nameda's loyal subordinate. Azad discovers the political ambition. The thugs notice and start shooting, forcing everyone to retreat and take cover. The showdown continues on top of the container trucks. Azad, acting quickly, jumps onto the front of a truck, flipping it and causing chaos. With a swift kick, he takes down the driver. Meanwhile, the female pirates easily subdue the thugs on the roof and quickly descend to seize control of the trucks. However, one girl, Vikram's old comrades, join the battle, each showcasing unique skills to fend off the adversaries. One throws eggs to obscure vision, another uses a sling to disrupt the convoy, and Vikram, with impeccable timing, intercepts the truck carrying Nameda's daughter. Azad, using a belt as a makeshift whip, hurls it at the corrupt cop, knocking him down to the ground. The scene intensifies as Vikram abruptly stops the truck in the middle of the road. The thugs realize the situation and continuously open fire, forcing everyone to retreat. The showdown continues on top of the container trucks. Azad, acting quickly, jumps onto the front of a truck, flipping it and causing chaos. With a swift kick, he takes down the driver. Meanwhile, the female pirates easily subdue the thugs on the roof and quickly descend to seize control of the trucks. However,